this week's pickups include today's trip to the Hartford Comic Con. So I was able to grab this set and that set. He had them marked at $10 a piece. So I told him I'd do 15 for them both, and he agreed. So I got them for $7.50 each. This was the set that came. They also had the Daredevil and Venom. I passed on that one. They did not have the Deadpool and Punisher, although I do have a Deadpool and a Punisher already, but I'm assuming these were a little different. Rocco was there. Rocco the Great was there, and he was telling me that at the beginning of the day, he went by the booth and he saw that the guy had plenty of these Deadpool Punishers, and then by the time I got there, which was later, they were all gone. So they were all bought up. There was also a booth that had a bunch of Mini-Mate Walking Dead were $3. $3 for 2-packs. I passed on them because I wasn't sure which ones I had or didn't have. But then I saw this 4-pack, the zombie 4-pack, was $5. So I grabbed it for $5. And that includes Zombie Galactus, Zombie Magneto, Zombie Green Goblin, and Zombie Red Skull. The second set include Doctor Doom and Mr. Fantastic, and actually this Hulk is also the Bruce Banner. You can see the white coat kind of sitting there to Loki's left. So it's definitely a cool set to get. Kind of the transforming Hulk. I also have transforming Thing, and I kind of think it's a cool. I have a Captain America like that. I think it's kind of cool that, you know, at the end you're kind of getting three Mini-Mates for the price of 2, and in this case I got them even cheaper, so that was cool. And then finally got Madam Hydra. Madam Hydra. Say that 3 times real fast. So $18. So definitely didn't mind paying 18 for Madam Hydra, as she was a little tough to get. I had been looking for her. I saw her a couple times on eBay for like 25, you know, plus shipping around there, and I just didn't want to pay those prices. So 18 is definitely not a bad deal. And actually, Daniela just hooked me up with this this bath piece. So now I have 2. So I in turn will hook up whoever needs it in the community, and I'll pick up the shipping on that and just send it whoever says they need it first. And then I had gotten these 2 guys earlier this week. Somebody had put a link on Amazon. I think they were $23 and some change. And I guess I you know, if you sign up for a free trial to Prime, you get free shipping. So I got them shipped for free. So I ended up paying, I think, around $47 for both of them, which is a great price because the other one that I have, I paid $30 for him. So this is now my second and third Stormtrooper. So now I have a total of 3. Still trying to get to 5, but I don't want to get to 5 paying too much above retail. So 23 and some change per is definitely right up my alley. So I had to jump on those. So yeah, these are the pickups for the last week. Alright, y'all, peace. So having opened up Madam Hydra, which I got today, I figure I put her in a shot with the so far 4 Hydra agents or Hydra soldiers. So in this shot, Spidey is struggling. Spidey's struggling, so they roughed him up a little bit. So I used the Toy Biz Spidey, 2002 or something like that. You know, with the jacked up, cut up suit. You can see half his face kind of hanging out. But yeah, so I've had that agent with the Uzis kind of has his foot on the bottom of his back. That other agent is pointing a pump action shotgun right at Spidey's neck. And there's Madam Hydra, who's in charge of this unit. So yeah, so I want to do more of these. You know, I want to try to learn how to rock more of these scenes where they're kind of all clumped up together. In this case, like from up above, you can see that last soldier over there. He's kind of far away from the action, but when I took the picture, I did it at an angle where you can kind of see his face his face right there. So anyway, I had to try to come up with an angle where I can put all 4 of the soldiers in the shot. Madam Hydra obviously had the middle, so she was straight. And so yeah, so it was a little bit difficult to try to get you know, Spider-Man from this perspective. And I think that was kind of the shot right there where you see Spider-Man again just kind of struggling, and then you can see right from this shot, except for cutting off the heads a little bit, you can see the Hydra agent in the back underneath the right arm of the Hydra agent who has the 2 Uzis. And that was kind of the shot that I ended up taking that I liked, because you can see all 4 of the faces even though he's kind of in the background. And again, Madam Hydra is prominently in the middle, as is Spider-Man for the most part. She's kind of looking right over his right shoulder. And so I try to make sure that the symmetry is there as well. And to me, that's an important part of taking a shot. But you know, all part of the learning process. Yeah, so this was tonight's shot. Alright, y'all. Peace. Alright, so the goal is this, or this was the goal. And I just Googled Daredevil versus Bullseye. I felt like taking out my my abandoned, destroyed church dial, so was able to use that pose that I got from Google and try to recreate it. You know, one of my when it comes to ACBA, one of my weak points is posing. So a lot of times what I try to do is, you know, practice. And I think, you know, and I said this before, just with as many dials as I create and always having a new project, it takes me a little bit away from posing, you know. But it's something that I definitely am aware that I need to work on, and it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's definitely you know, something that I consider fun. Yeah, so I think one of the ways to improve is to, you know, try to emulate what you can see on a screen, and then from there eventually you start kind of getting better at posing and so forth. So let me just turn on the lights so you guys get kind of an idea of what lighting I use. What I did for the top here was I just used a ruler and just some balsa wood that I had, and I put a LED kind of coming from above. I had another light here that I clipped onto the pew, and that light is shining on Daredevil's face. I had another LED here that was kind of shining more on Bullseye. Then I had this kind of double set, which is kind of coming from the top and from that one, and that was shining on that cross. Then I had like this other LED light, and I put it there just so I can give a little glow to the golden cross on the door. So yeah, that was this is kind of the behind the scenes. I'm gonna try another pose where Daredevil is fighting another character, but I'm gonna put Bullseye in that character's place and try that. It's gonna take a flight stand as Daredevil's kind of kicking in midair, and hopefully I can use some of the pews to hide that flight stand. So DC's part 1, and part 2 is coming up in a few seconds with that other scene. Hi, yo. Alright, so a couple of pickups. Yesterday I headed over to Toy Vault. Actually, that wasn't even the plan, man. I just wanted to go do a little window shopping, a little toy hunting. Went over to Natick, where they have a Target, Walmart, and Toys R Us all within a few minutes of each other. And surprisingly, I saw some legends at Walmart that I haven't seen in a while. So that was good to see. It was nothing new, but good to see that. Nothing at Toys R Us, nothing at Target. So I headed over to Toy Vault. And they finally, I've been looking for this for a while, but they finally had it. This is from the X-Files, McFarlane X-Files. I think it's the Scully set. So it comes with the gurney and with the body, which is kind of cool because it's actually, you can kind of see, you know, the face of this alien underneath, which is kind of cool. And the gurney itself is really, really detailed. Yeah, and it was good. It was pretty cheap. I think it was $7.99. I actually opened it right at the shop and gave him the figure because the figure's horrible. I did take off the badge of the figure before I gave it. Before I gave the figure up. So I took the FBI badge. Special Agent Dana Scully. And I took cell phone as well, which is outdated today, but still good to have. Yeah, so I think it was $6.99 or $7.99, something like that. So definitely was glad to be able to grab that up. Also jumped on the Deadpool's Assemble, and wanted to really kind of open. Oh, I opened it up, but I want to show you guys if anyone hasn't gotten it. The amount of accessories in this is kind of crazy. I was really surprised. So here's the figures themselves, and you can see that it has kind of that extra torso where it kind of almost gives you a fifth action figure, and it's pretty much under here. You'll see the Deadpool with the X-Men jersey on. More impressive is all the stuff that comes with it. It's crazy. So you have kind of the spinning Thor hammer, a bunch of blades, a bunch of guns, a knife. Man, this is jam-packed. So definitely worth it, man. You almost get 5 mini-mates with just a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I grabbed that up yesterday as well. And then last week, went to Toys R Us and was able to find Grimlock. So I was able to jump on the Grimlock, and this is Masterpiece number 6 for me. Interestingly enough, I did see this Grimlock a few years ago when it originally came out at Toys R Us, when it had completely different packaging, and I remember passing on it. I wasn't really buying many action figures at that point. I was grabbing stuff, but I would never have grabbed a piece that was this expensive. Even back then, I think it was like 80 bucks. And I definitely, you know, was like 80 bucks, crazy. That's in my sneaker collecting days where I was like $80. I can get myself some sneakers for $80. So passed on it. And so I saw it the other day, and I was like, bam, you know, I definitely need to get it this time around. Opened it up. Pretty cool figure. Actually thought about reviewing it, and then decided that I have no idea how to review action figures, and I don't know. I'm not experienced enough. I'll forget that you know, a bicep swivel. I may call that the knee swivel. So I'm not gonna touch that for now. But yeah, so this was a couple of pickups from yesterday and from last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, peace.